my friends, how are you? Thank you so much for coming to my channel. I wanted to talk about something that I was speaking about yesterday, which is that we're not really gonna get more fulfilled when we arrive at that destination that we've been thinking about. We're not gonna be any happier when we have the relationship that we're desiring, or the money that we're desiring, or even if we live in purpose. It could be enhancements, but the reality is that unless we allow ourselves to have that satisfaction right now, those things are just going to bring problems, really. Maybe we'll get happy for a little bit of time, but that wears out. I was thinking a lot about this like, well, how can we really be fulfilled and allow ourselves to be really truly happy right now when a lot of the premises by which we live by, or the vast majority of society lives by, are premises that are just simply false. They're false. And so I don't think that we can actually start to experience the ecstasies or the peace and fulfillment that is available in the present moment unless we recognize and start practicing the new premises. And these are the premises that all masters have been talking about for as long as there has been spiritual masters. They are in sacred books, even though the sacred books, there's a lot in there that has been written to control us. And there's a lot of control going on right now. And so we need to really understand what these false premises are and replace them with the new premises of universal wisdom, really. And these are the kinds of things that we can really just take the word for somebody, like the Bible. You just take the word for it, and then you don't know, maybe I'll go to hell, maybe not. No, these are principles that are meant to be practiced by the individual, because we need to see that these concepts work so that we have an internal alchemy. We can actually enjoy the present moment. And today I just want to talk about this one particular principle, which is that we can do, be, or have everything that we want. And every time we have a desire, boom, it's done. And for us to get there, we need to basically become a frequency to that, right? This is the teachings of law of attraction, which have been going around, and I feel like almost everybody know about them right now. But to actually live by that and be able to be in a moment where we don't have the job that we want or the money that we need, and to be able to feel that in our bones, to really truly believe it, like it's okay, because you know what, I'm going to have all those things that I want. But why do we get tortured in the present moment? If we're not living the self-realized life that we want to live in any area, there's a belief attached to that. And that belief, more often than not, is not guaranteed that I'm going to have what I want. That's a false premise. Everything that feels bad, and it's debilitating, is false, is a false premise. And however we ended up having those false premises, call it the control for the masses, call it Lucifer's world having a game, or the reptilians harvesting our energy. I mean, you can have whatever theory you want to really adapt to. But what really truly matters is what's effective, and how can we allow to have this moment be the best that it can be. It's not going to be in the future. Okay, what do I need to do right now to feel that way? Okay, well, you, me, both, everything you would ever want, everything that I would ever want is already done. It's already done. Now, those words, if they're empty, if it's just something that we repeat, they're really not going to do anything for us, and they're not going to get us closer to that satisfaction, because they're just empty words. Those words need to be practiced. They need to be repeated over and over, and those words need to replace these ideas that, well, I'm too late to the mark, I didn't study these, it was always hard, all these garbage that is in our brains. That needs to be replaced little by little, every day, every time we remember, everything I want is already done. It's already done. It's already done. Because it's the repetition of a thought that creates a belief, and it is a belief that determines what happens in our lives. But that's what's really popular right now in the West. There's another idea to get really that satisfaction in the present moment, which is the idea by any enlightened master that has lived in the planet, or at least as per my research. All the Indian masters, even the Buddha, Edgar Tolle is somebody who's famous, who speaks about this. And this is the non-identification with our identity, recognizing that I am not Camila, I'm not this person. I realized that practice, it's the most amazing thing, actually. But it's not really popular in the West, because in the West, we're more concerned about doing what we want to do and fulfilling our desires. And I think that that's a good start. I actually don't think that manifesting everything that we want, I think it would make us a lot happier than not. But that can become old too, and there's something else. And I want to leave that something else for another video. But thank you so much for being here and listening to this. I hope this is helpful. Have a good one.